Laudetur Jesus Christus. Praised be Jesus Christ, and a most warm welcome to all of you joining us. We're coming to you live from Piazza di Spagna. We see the Holy Father here in the car. He'll be descending shortly, and will be participating in an annual ceremony that was broken the last 2 years due to COVID, in which he will pay homage here at the feet of the Immaculate Conception on the solemnity of the Immaculate Conception. From wherever you're joining us, on behalf of Vatican Media, I would like to welcome you to this live broadcast. We know some of you joining through our very own Vatican News channels, through the English web portal, our Facebook Live feed, our YouTube channel, or perhaps the Vatican News or Vatican Radio app. Those of you tuning in through television, a warm welcome to those of you tuning in through Catholic TV, EWTN, Salt and Light Media, Shalom World Television Networks at Madarshan TV and Shalom TV India, Catholic Faith Network. And we have some radio listeners out there as well, some tuning in through Radio Maria in England and Luminous Radio. Our Holy Father there being flanked by the Mayor of Rome and by the Cardinal Vicar of Rome, Angelo de Donatis. The statue of Our Lady stands above a 12-meter high ancient Roman column, and it was placed here on September the 8th in 1857 and commemorates the proclamation of the dogma of the Immaculate Conception, which was declared by Pope Pius IX. The column and the statue were originally erected with the help of 220 firemen, which is why the floral tribute that we see on Our Lady's arms, hopefully you'll be able to get a good look at that. It's the firefighters who put that in place. We see here the other floral tributes, and our Holy Father himself, as part of this ceremony, will be placing a floral tribute as well. The Holy Father did greet pilgrims and others gathered in St. Peter's Square for the Angelus today at noon. And he announced that he would be coming both here to Piazza di Spagna and also to the Basilica of St. Mary Major to pray at the feet of the Salus Populi Romani, the ancient icon there. Our Holy Father now taking his seat. And we await our Holy Father to begin.
La pace sia con voi.
E con il tuo spirito.
The floral arrangement that our Holy Father will be offering is now brought to him by two men. Our Holy Father has blessed it, and they are now positioning it. As we know, our Holy Father has difficulty now walking, and so these men placing it for him. It's a large bouquet of white roses with the papal a bow with the papal colors. And we now ourselves join in prayer with the litany of Our Lady of Loreto.
Del nuovo Israele, prega per noi.
Our Holy Father is now on his feet and will hear his prayer.
Madre nostra Immacolata,
Our Immaculate Mother, today the people of Rome gather around you. The flowers laid at your feet from so many urban realities express their love and devotion for you who watch over all of us. And you also see and welcome those invisible flowers that are so many invocations, so many silent supplications, sometimes stifled, hidden, but not from you who are Mother. After 2 years in which I came alone to pay homage to you at the dawning of the day, today I return to you together with the people of this church, the people of this city. And I bring you the thanks and supplications of all your children, near and far. From heaven, where God has welcomed you, you see earthly things far better than we do. But as Mother, you listen to our invocations to present them to your Son, to his heart full of mercy. First of all, I bring you the filial love of countless men and women, not only Christians, who nourish for you the greatest gratitude for your beauty, full of grace and humility. For in the midst of so many dark clouds, you are a sign of hope and consolation. I bring you the smiles of the children who learn your name before one of your images in the arms of their mothers or grandmothers, and who begin to know that they also have a mother in heaven. And when it happens in life that those smiles give way to tears, how important it is to have known you, to have had the gift of your motherhood. I bring you the gratitude of the elderly and the old, a thanks expressed with your lives, woven of memories, of joys and of sorrows, of achievements that they are well aware have been achieved with your help, holding their hand in yours. Mother, I bring you the worries of families, of fathers and mothers, who often struggle to make ends meet at home, and who day by day face small and large challenges to get by. In particular, I entrust to you the young couples who, looking to you and to Saint Joseph, go forward courageously in life, trusting in God's providence. I bring you the dreams and anxieties of young people, open to the future but held back by a culture rich in things and poor in values, saturated with information and deficient in education, persuasive in deluding and ruthless in disappointing. I especially commend to you the children who have been most affected by the pandemic, that little by little they might resume spreading their wings and flapping their wings and rediscover the enjoyment of flying high. Immaculate Virgin, I would have liked to have brought to you today the thanksgiving of the Ukrainian people. Our Holy Father, now taking a moment, he's crying here.
Popolo ucraino, per la pace che da tempo chiediamo al Signore.
For the peace we've been long asking the Lord for. Instead, I still have to present you the supplication of the children, of the elderly, of the fathers and mothers, of the young people of that tormented land who suffer so much. But in reality, we all know that you are with them and with all who are suffering, just as you were beside the cross of your Son. Thank you, our Mother. Looking to you who are without sin, May we continue to believe and hope that love might conquer hatred, that truth might conquer lies, that pardon might conquer offenses, that peace may conquer war. So be it. And with this very moving prayer offered by our Holy Father, we will now participate in receiving His blessing.
Signore sia con voi.
E con il tuo spirito,
Sia benedetto il nome del Signore.
ora e sempre.
Nostro aiuto è nel nome del Signore.
Egli ha fatto cielo e terra.
Vi benedica Dio Onnipotente, Padre, Figlio, Spirito Santo.
Amen.
And as always had been also the custom before COVID, a line of people here who are sick and have various disabilities here, and our Holy Father, when he was able to get around a bit more on his feet, would always go and greet them as well. Right now our Holy Father has once again taken his seat, again flanked by Roberto Gualtieri, the Mayor of Rome, the substitute of the Secretary of State, Archbishop Piñapara, and the Cardinal Vicar of Rome, Angelo de Donatis. Here we are getting a view of the statue of the Immaculate Conception. For those of you who have ever been in Rome or may be in Rome on this feast, the entire city shuts down. It is a holiday here. And pretty soon most of these flowers that we've been seeing will be taken to the homes of the faithful. It's a way of people bringing the blessing of their mother into their homes. The refrain of this song, we are sinners, but we are your children. Immaculate One, pray for us. Embassy of Spain to the Holy See is also in this particular piazza. Father now greeting other civil officials here in front of the Spanish embassy to the Holy See. Just in front is we see another papal flag, which is where the Propaganda Fide, the offices of Propaganda Fide. Here is Cardinal Tagli, the prefect of one of the pro-prefects of the Dicastery for Evangelization. And our Holy Father is back up on his feet. He is using a cane. He's now greeting other members of religious communities here. We can see through this prayer that our Holy Father offered that he very, very much has at heart the suffering of the people of Ukraine. He wrote them a letter not too long ago. And in that letter, on the 9th month of the beginning of the war, he called it the absurd folly of war that has been unleashed on your land. He says, your skies have constantly echoed the grim sound of explosions and the alarming wail of sirens. Our Holy Father now greeting some of the journalists on hand for the event. Many of these travel with him on his journeys. And going back to this letter that our Holy Father wrote, he said, I would like to add my own tears to yours. And we saw some of those tears today. He said, I want to assure you that I am daily close to you and bear you in my heart and in my prayers. He said, your pain is my pain, and today in the cross of Jesus, I see all of you who are experiencing the terror unleashed by this aggression. Our Holy Father now in his wheelchair and making his way toward the line of people also in their wheelchairs and greeting them one by one. Of his letter to the people of Ukraine, he added a prayer to Our Lady. May Our Lady, the Lord's Mother and our own, watch over you. To her Immaculate Heart, in union with the bishops of the world, I have consecrated the Church and all humanity, and particularly your own country and Russia. To her maternal heart, I now commend your sufferings and your tears. From Mary, who as a great son of your land once wrote, brought God into our world, let us never tire of imploring the anxiously awaited gift of peace, in the sure knowledge that nothing will be impossible for God. May He grant fulfillment to the rightful aspirations of your heart, heal your wounds, and bestow His consolation upon you. I am with you. I pray for you, and I ask you to pray for me. Father, now greeting two young children in wheelchairs. It looks like maybe their mother or other relatives with them, receiving a blessing from Pope Francis. Holy Father making his way beyond the line of those who are sick to greet the other faithful who are lining the sides here, very much like a parade route might look. Again, for the last 2 years, our Holy Father did not come in the afternoon, but went early in the morning so as to make sure that people wouldn't be too close to each other, especially during the waves of the COVID pandemic. And here, a baby in a little Santa dress, a hat, receiving a rosary also from the Pope. So the people of Rome have, it's been 3 years since they've been able to participate in this ceremony with Pope Francis. And as the Holy Father goes along, we're being serenaded with many of the beautiful Marian hymns. Now, along the other side, our Holy Father encountering other people who have been brought here who are sick or have other disabilities. Women in the uniform here, signifying that those who have brought the sick here, belonging to a group called Unitalsi. It's a union, a national union, Italian union of people who transport those who are sick, often bringing them to Lourdes. Holy Father once again greeting the Mayor of Rome. And with these images, we now bring this live broadcast from Piazza di Spagna, where Pope Francis has venerated the image of the Immaculate Conception on the solemnity of the Immaculate Conception. As always, full coverage of today's liturgy and other Vatican and world news can be found on the Vatican News web portal, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter accounts. And we'll be back on Sunday for the Pope's Sunday recitation of the Angelus with the faithful gathered in St. Peter's Square. On behalf of Vatican Media, I'd also like to thank the technicians here in studio, Father Felipe Herrera, our audio coordinator, Adriano Vitali, our audio technician, and to all of you, also our media partners, once again, Catholic TV, EWTN, Salt and Light TV, Shalom World Television Networks at Madarshan TV and Shalom TV India, and Catholic Faith Network, Radio Maria in England, and Luminous Radio. Together with the other 20,000 people gathered here, we now bid adieu to Pope Francis. Laudetur Jesus Christus. Praised be Jesus Christ.
Please don't make me do this. Don't give me another Latino story, please.
John Martinez, a young and ambitious reporter.
So we're clear. You'll write a story about faith